The game begins with the parents talking to their child, explaining that they are going on vacation but can't take him along because they don't have enough money. They tell him that he has to stay at his uncle's place, and although his uncle is a bit strange, they hope he can manage there. Afterward, the boy heads to his uncle's house. Upon arrival, he looks for his uncle and finds him sitting on the couch. The uncle says, "So, you've arrived. Take all your stuff to your room, which is on the upper floor." The boy takes his belongings upstairs and then returns to meet his uncle. The uncle then instructs him to clean the entire house and meet him at the dining table afterward. Once the boy finishes cleaning, he talks to his uncle at the table. The uncle tells him that if he's hungry, he can grab something from the kitchen, and then suggests he brush his teeth and go to bed. As the boy goes to bed after brushing his teeth, it's nearly midnight when he hears a strange, creepy noise. Following the sound, he reaches a secret room in the basement where he sees a pentagram symbol, from which a demon emerges. He also notices that his uncle is in the room, speaking to the demon, telling it that the preparations for the sacrifice are complete. The demon replies that the task will be done by 6 a.m., but until then, they must wait and ensure that nothing disrupts the ritual. The uncle reassures the demon that nothing will interfere. Now, the boy realizes he must survive the night and find a way to stop the ritual. If he gets hungry, he eats chips in his room, and if he's thirsty, he drinks water from the sink. He also keeps refilling the generator to ensure the power and lights stay on. When his uncle comes to check if he's asleep, the boy pretends to be sleeping to avoid getting caught. Later, the boy sneaks upstairs to find a book that could help him stop the ritual. From the book, he learns what actions are needed to break the ritual. First, he starts searching the house for 5 candles. However, as he's looking for the candles, his uncle starts heading to his room to check on him, so the boy quickly returns to bed and pretends to be asleep again. After the uncle leaves, the boy continues his search for the candles. This back and forth continues until he finally finds all 5 candles without getting caught by his uncle. Now, he takes the candles to the basement and places them at the 5 points of the pentagram, all while avoiding his uncle. Afterward, he spreads salt around the pentagram. He also refuels the generator in the same room to prevent the power from going out and causing further problems. Then, he returns to his room, eats some chips, and goes to sleep. By this point, the boy has done everything needed to disrupt the ritual, and now he only has to survive until 6 a.m., praying that his efforts have been enough to stop the ritual. Finally, after a long and difficult night, the clock strikes 6, and the pentagram collapses and is destroyed. This means that the boy has successfully stopped the ritual and saved himself from the danger of being sacrificed.